Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to make a smoked sleeve. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothings Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: tape measure, pins, a pair of fabric scissors, a pair of paper scissors, water erasable fabric pencil. Ideally, a pencil should be used to draft a pattern, but for tutorial purpose, I'll be using this marker pen, tracing wheel, rulers and curves, a matching thread, my fabric of choice, pattern paper. I'll be working with the following measurements: bust circumference 39 inches, sleeve length 25.5 inches, around wrist 9 inches. I have here this pattern paper which I've already folded into 2 equal halves. I will draw a horizontal starting line at the top edge of the paper like this. The sleeve length that I'm working with is 25.5 inches. I want the cuff of the sleeve to be 3 inches long. So I will subtract 3 inches from the 25.5 inches and this is equal to 22.5 inches. I will divide this by 2. The 22.5, I will divide this by 2 and this is equal to 11.25 inches. Total sleeve length is 22.5 inches plus 11.25 inches and this is equal to 33.75 inches. This extra 11.25 inches that I added to the sleeve length is to make allowance for the smocking that will be done later on the sleeve. Now I want to draft a basic long sleeve pattern. I will measure and mark 33.75 inches as the sleeve length, like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hem of the sleeve. Next, I will calculate the cap height value using the formula bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1.5 and this is 39 divided by 12 plus 1.5 inches and this is equal to 4.75 inches. I will measure and mark 4.75 inches like this from the upper starting line and I will draw a horizontal line across. This line is the cap height line. Next, I will calculate the armhole value using the formula bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 and this is 39 divided by 6 plus 1.5 and this is equal to 8 inches. On the cap height line, I will measure and mark 8 inches like this. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. I will divide this slanted line into 4 equal sections. From the first middle point, I will go up by half an inch. From this second middle point, I will come down by half an inch. I will now draw the curve of the sleeve edge using the half-inch points as the guide. Next, I will divide the around wrist measurement by 2, and this is 9 inches divided by 2, and this is equal to 4.5 inches. At the hem of the sleeve, I will measure and mark 4.5 inches like this. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. This armhole curve is for the back of the sleeve. To create the armhole curve for the front, I will come down from this point by half an inch. I will now draw the front armhole curve like this. Using a tracing wheel, I will trace the front armhole curve, the side seam and the hem to the other side of the pattern paper like this. I will make the tracing bolder using my ruler, marker pen and French curve. I will extend the cap height line and I will also draw out the middle line of the sleeve. I will cut out the basic sleeve pattern. I will cut the basic sleeve pattern into 2 equal halves via the middle line like this. So I have here this long strip of paper that I will fix in between the 2 sleeve pattern pieces. I have already drawn 2 columns side by side on the paper, and each column is 1 inch wide. I will now go ahead and gum the pattern pieces together like this using a glue stick. I will trim off the excess paper at the sleeve edge. This is done so as to create allowance for the smocking that will be done later on the sleeve. So I have successfully widened the sleeve pattern. I will now go ahead and cut out the sleeve on this fabric. I have pinned the sleeve on the fabric and the fabric has been folded into 2 layers. I used half an inch seam allowance at the top and also at the hem of the sleeve, and I used 1 inch as the side seam allowance. I will cut out the sleeve. I will measure the hem of the sleeve without the seam allowance, and this gave me a value of 10.5 inches. For the curve of the sleeve, the width should be the length of the hem, which is 10.5 inches. I will add 1 inch seam allowance to this, and this is equal to 11.5 inches. I want the curve to be 3 inches. I will multiply 3 inches by 2 because I will fold the curve into 2 when sewing, and this is equal to 6 inches. I will add 1 inch seam allowance to this, and this is equal to 7 inches. So I've gone ahead to cut out 2 fabric pieces for the curve, and the width is 11.5 inches and the length is 7 inches. I have already notched the middle of the sleeve at the sleeve edge. I will also notch the middle of the sleeve at the hem. I will remove the pattern from the fabric. I will mark the front and the back of the sleeve, and I will notch. On the wrong side of the sleeve, I will draw out the lines at the middle of the sleeve. These lines were on the sleeve pattern before, so I will draw 2 columns that are 1 inch wide. I will leave out half an inch seam allowance at the top and also at the hem of the sleeve. I will now divide the whole length of the 2 columns, excluding the seam allowances, into small boxes that are all 1 inch wide. On the first column, I will draw diagonal lines in alternate boxes. That is, I will leave a box in between without any diagonal line. On the second column, I will also draw diagonal lines in alternate boxes, but this diagonal line will be in opposite direction when compared with the first column. Also, I did not start the drawing of the diagonal lines from the first box. I started from the second box, such that the boxes without the diagonal lines in the first column are now the ones with the diagonal lines in the second column. Using a needle and a thread, I will now go ahead and secure the diagonal lines firmly in place like this. Make sure to do it about 3 to 4 times to secure it firmly in place, and make sure to tie the knots very well. Just carefully watch what I'm doing. This is what the smocking looks like on the right side of the sleeve. I will continue hand stitching the diagonal lines with my needle and thread till I reach the end of the column. So now that has been done, as you can see. And this is what it looks like on the right side of the sleeve. On the second column, I will also use a needle and a thread to repeat the exact same thing that I did on the first column, following the direction of the diagonal lines in the boxes. I will continue doing this till I reach the end. And this is what the smocking looks like on the right side of the sleeve. So now that has been done, as you can see, I'm done with the smocking. I have also done the smocking on the second sleeve. I will now go ahead and gather the side seams of the sleeve since it is longer than the actual sleeve length. So now that has been done, as you can see, on the two sleeve pieces. This is the sleeve pattern. I have already marked the actual length of the sleeve without the extra allowance that I added for the smocking. The length of the side seams of the sleeve after gathering should be the same with the line that I drew on the sleeve pattern, plus extra 1 inch for the seam allowance. I will now go ahead and sew the side seams in place, wrong sides together, using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I will be using the French stitching technique. So now the stitching has been done, as you can see. I will now reduce the 1/2 inch seam allowance to about 1/4 inch, like this. I'll trim it off. I will turn the sleeves to the wrong side, like this. I will now sew the side seam again, the second time, using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So now that has been done, as you can see, I have turned one of the sleeve pieces to the right side. I will now turn the second sleeve piece to the right side, like this. The gathered side seam should be given a thorough press with the pressing iron. These are the two sleeve pieces, and as you can see, I have given the gathered side seam a thorough press with my pressing iron. I did not iron the smoked part of the sleeve because I like this particular look without ironing, but you can iron yours if you prefer the pressed look. It is now time to fix the cuff to the hem of the sleeve. I have measured and marked 1/2 inch seam allowance at the hem of the sleeve. This will make fixing the cuff easier for me. This is the already sewn cuff, and I've already folded in place the 1/2 inch seam allowance on the cuff. I will make sure that the center of the sleeve at the hem match up with where the slit is on the cuff. I will reduce the fabric bulk at this point. I will now insert the already sewn cuff into the hem of the sleeve, aligning the cuff with the 1/2 inch seam allowance that I've already marked on the sleeve hem. I will baste in place with a needle and thread, like this. Remember that the 1/2 inch seam allowance on the cuff has already been folded and pressed inwards in place. I will now go ahead and sew the cuff in place about 1/8 inch away from the edge of the cuff. I will remove the basting thread. And this is the final look of the smoked sleeve. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.